Now, we are going to start with another automatic drawing. For those of you that are new, actually, is there someone that's willing to share what an automatic drawing is and the purpose of it? All right, Jamie, tell us, what is it? I don't know if Jamie's typing or putting his camera, his thing off mute. Let's see what he says. Oh, okay, thank you. Jamie's typing. While he's typing, I'm going to fold my paper in half. Then fold it in half again. And then fold it in half again. Remember, if you're in a sketchbook, you can just draw these lines. You're right. It is a drawing where you draw or write something in a certain amount of time. And it's something that it's automatic. You draw or write the very first thing that comes to your mind. You don't overthink of it. You don't think, do I put this line here? Do I not? You don't doubt yourself. You just have confidence in your drawing ability and you just create and you just draw. You put those marks on the surface. And you will see how all of the drawings, all the automatic drawings that we've been doing, not only get you in this creative mode since we haven't seen each other since March, but it also is going to come together for one full project. So our first automatic drawing today, we're going to do two different kinds today. Let's switch to the camera. Right. Natalia, you can't hear me. Is the volume up on your device? Can everybody else hear me? Okay, so Natalia, check the volume on your device, and if you have to, you can go out and I'll let you back in. Okay. Yeah. Try the volume on your device first, and then if that doesn't work, you can go out and come back in. Now remember, I am drawing. Good, thank you. Okay. I am drawing these lines so that y'all can see this better. This is this automatic drawing that I prefer to do on note cards only because of the nature of the theme of what we're going to be doing. But again, it doesn't matter. It's really what you feel the most comfortable with. Okay. And I'm probably going to rotate my paper around. So the theme of this first automatic drawing is going to be like a stylized portrait, all right? Can y'all see? Wait a minute. I had to raise that for my last class. Is that better? Okay. So can y'all see? We're going to be working on like a stylized portrait or a stylized face. You do not have to draw yourself. I want for you to draw a different type of face. Now, because this is stylized, I want for you to think of it in a different way. Think of it as using lines. Think of it as, instead of the shape of the face being a regular shape of the face, what if the shape of the face is instead like a square? Right? And that is the shape of my face. What if instead the shape of my face looks something like this? What if it is more like kind of this odd shape? Lots of different ways that you can do this, and none of them are wrong. This is simply drawing different stylized, and stylized meaning that you've got, it's almost like, I hate to say cartoony, but illustrated. There we go. You're reducing your face to simple lines and shapes. But you'll notice as we get going, they will change. So here's one that I did. This was the first one that I did. Now, I did more time than I'm going to give y'all, but I did less pictures. So we're going to do more pictures, less time. All right, per picture. Then I got something that was like this. Okay, and you could see I could even add some hashtags, but I started with this odd kind of crazy looking face. And then let's switch to this. I mean, you can see that was a pretty significant jump of how this went. And then I changed it and did like this texture in the background and did it in white on top. On the same thing, I did color and then I did white and black on top. Okay, so yes, you are going to be drawing faces on your quick draw. They do not have to be you. I drew me, but that was just because that's the mood that I was in the day I did those automatic drawings. You can be any type of face, but think about the shape of the face, the shape of the mouth, the eyes, the nose. Are you going to have two eyes, one eye, and just draw and move from each one? Does that make sense, everything I just said? Are y'all ready? Okay. Excellent. So I'm setting my timer. And because y'all requested it, do you still want the 1 minute? That's what I had set up for this. Because normally I would do these in like 30 seconds. But we're going to keep, all right, 1 minute it is. Now remember, these are not going to look realistic at all. And that's perfect. You just need to draw. And if you're overwhelmed by everything that I said, just draw, right? You can't go wrong. First square, first minute, begin. Okay, stop, move to your next one, begin your 1 minute now. Oh, yes, Jamie, you're right. My paper is upside down. I will have to, I'll switch that around in just a minute after the automatic drawings. It's okay because I don't want you to draw what I'm drawing because I don't know what I'm drawing. I'm just automatically drawing. Focus on what you are doing. And again, I am simply just drawing those shapes, those lines. I'm not thinking about it, I'm just drawing. Okay. Stop, go to the next one, and begin. I'm trying not to think too much about the images that are coming. I'm just thinking, okay, eye here, nose here. This time I'll add a hat. Okay, stop, go to your next. So I really am thinking, all right, there's my head shape. Here's my hair. Here's my ears. This person's gonna have really long ears. I don't know why. And a really super thin neck. We can do anything because it's our art. And then I'm gonna add color in the back. All right, stop. Switch to the next one and begin. I'm thinking, well, this person's gonna have eyeglasses, their nose, they're gonna be chatting it up. They need a neck, because that would be weird if they didn't have a neck. This fun little hairstyle. All right. Stop. Switch to the next and begin. I know it's hard not to think because you want to be like, you really want to think about every single mark that you're making, which is why I kind of reduced it to, all right, so I'm gonna draw these fingers here. I've got my face here. I look at it through that kind of way. This is what I see a lot. Now, we've got our little device. Okay, switch to the next one and begin. So this time, for those of you that are like, oh, it's hard not to think. So this time I'm going to start with my eye instead of the face. And let's see where it takes me. Like I'm going to exaggerate one eye. Make the other one like really small. Make the face really pointed because it seems to match those angles. Make the nose pointed too. I hope you can see what I'm doing to make it angle harsh on here, and on those mouth I think I'll do like a there. It's kind of like, what is going on? And I feel like he should have, his ear would be here. I don't know if you'll see it or not, but I feel like this person should have like spiky hair to go with those spiky eyebrows. Maybe even a widow's peak. You know those widow peaks right there? Right? Stop. Go to your last one. And this one, I'm gonna have, since I've done all the other ones vertical, I'm gonna do this one horizontal. And maybe this one I'll just have like these eyes peeking up over the paper. Draw that line for where the nose is. And draw that in. Add some color. Because I'm the artist and I can. If my marker worked. Wasn't that funny? Let's try that again. There we go. All right, now take 1 minute to go through, pick one piece, pick a couple, but just take 1 minute to kind of finalize your images and what you want your pieces to look like. If you have a favorite, you can work on that. Add a little color here. Come back and do some of these background pieces. So I'm just looking at what is it that I want you to see. Focus. This person didn't have sleeves on. They have to be dress code, so now you can see their sleeves. So that works. I like this little, I would add some little lines here to be like, yeah, what is really going on with this guy? He seems suspicious. Something's happening. All right. Now, would anybody like to share their picture? Or you can share an image. You can share a theme that maybe you saw. I've had somebody draw emojis like the entire time. Let me see, Jamie. Wait, are your people all hanging out in trees, Jamie? I'm just curious. Here we go. Here's mine. Let's see it, Jamie. I'd love to see it. I would, but I'd love to see it, Jamie. I missed that last comment. Let me see. Oh, Jamie, those are fantastic. So for those of you that can't see his, he used a bunch of different shapes. For some of them, he has just the face. And for some of them, he also has in his body. He has different patterns that are drawn. He used his color, his marker to color in some areas. Some of his shirts and clothing have pattern on it, but they're very expressive and they're really, really great. For those of you that can't see it, I wish you could because they look great. It's awesome. Thank you, Jamie. Trees. Of course they are. They're trees. People made out of trees. That was his inspiration. For those of you that haven't picked up on it, Jamie draws a lot of trees. So all of his shapes, he says one of them is a apple, but all of his are different shapes. One's a cloud. So that's how he did his faces. Bryce, did you say you don't want to share? Nice. One of them is, Jamie just said, one of his is the word face, made out of face. Okay. Now, the reason I did this is, one, to get you thinking about drawing again and get you in that mode, but also a lot of people are scared of faces. A lot of people are scared of drawing people, but you can see that when you look at, like Jamie, he did all of his based on trees. He did one out of an apple. He did one out of a cloud. When you take a person's face and in an automatic drawing, you get these very stylized pictures, and it's a lot easier to draw a person or a representation of a person in that way. Okay. Now, I have found that, and I've said this before,